Module 3 Managerial Ethics. Ethics has been an important issue to discuss with. It is somewhat part of our everyday life. Issues like these focus attention on questions related to the social responsibility of organizations and the ethics of their managers. The word ethics is derived from the Greek word ethos, which refers to the character and sentiment of the community and standards of behavior. Ethical means conforming to the standards of a given profession or group. Any group can set its own ethical standards and then live by them or not. Ethical standards, whether they are established by an individual, a corporation, a profession, or a nation, help to guide a person's decisions and actions. The commonly accepted definition of ethics is rules or standards that govern behavior. Managerial decision-making is the type of behavior that managers are paid to do. They must make choices among alternatives, and this may vary in terms of their perceived ethicality. Ethics also refers to standards of behavior that tell how human beings ought to act in the many situations in which they find themselves as friends, parents, children, citizens, business people, teachers, professionals, and so on. While managerial ethics involves evaluating and knowing right from wrong, given in a specific situation, there are two broad ideas associated with the concept of managerial ethics: the managerial mischief and moral mazes. According to Madsen and Shafritz in 1990 and McNamara, managerial mischief includes illegal, unethical, or questionable practices of individual managers or organizations, as well as the causes of such behaviors and remedies to eradicate them. The moral mazes of management include the numerous ethical problems that managers must deal with on a daily basis, such as potential conflicts of interest, wrongful use of resources, mismanagement of contracts and agreements, and misuse of power and influence. Colbert's stages of ethical development describe how people develop an approach to determining what is right and wrong. His model doesn't directly address the question of what behaviors are ethical in organizations. Other scholars have identified these three models for describing the ethical framework: the utilitarian model, the moral rights model, and the justice model. The three models can at times reinforce and support particular decisions and behavior. The utilitarian model is about judging the effect of decisions and behavior on others, with the primary goal of providing the greatest good for the greatest number of people. It focuses on actions, not on the motives for such actions, while the moral rights model is about judging decisions and behavior by their consistency with fundamental personal and group liberties and privileges. It holds that decisions should be consistent with fundamental rights and privileges as set forth in documents, while the last one, the justice model, is about judging decisions and behavior by their consistency with an equitable, fair, and impartial distribution of benefits or rewards and costs among individuals and groups. The importance of ethics to business. Good ethics is good business. Non-cooperation with the evil is as much a duty as is cooperation with good, according to Mahatma Gandhi. Ethics is important not only in business, but in all aspects of life, because it is the vital part and the foundation on which the society is built. A business or society that lacks ethical principles is bound to fail sooner or later. According to International Ethical Business Registry, There has been a dramatic increase in the ethical expectations of businesses and professionals over the past 10 years. Increasingly, customers, clients, and employees are deliberately seeking out those who define the basic ground and the rules of their operations on a day-to-day. Some management guru stress that ethical companies have an advantage over their competitors. Said Cohen and Greenfield, consumers are used to buying products despite how they feel about the company that sells them. But a valued company earned a kind of customer loyalty most corporations only dream of, because it appeals to its customers more than a product. Managers have to remember that leading by example is the first step into fostering a culture of ethical behavior in the companies, as rightly said by Robert Noyce. If ethics are poor at the top, that behavior is copied down through the organization. However, other methods can be creating a common interest by favorable corporate culture, setting high standards, norms, framing attitudes for acceptable behavior, making written code of ethics applicable at all levels from top to bottom, deciding the policies for recruiting, selecting, training, induction, promotion, monetary and non-monetary motivation, remuneration and retention of employees. According to Warren Buffett, price is what you pay, but value is what you get. There are 5 frameworks for ethical decision making. 1. Recognize an ethical issue or situation. 2. Get the facts. 3. Evaluate alternative actions. 4. Make a decision and test it. And 5. Act and reflect on the outcome. To recognize an ethical issue, the decision or situation should be asked if it will be damaging to someone or a group. Decision should also involve a choice between a good and bad alternative, or perhaps between 2 goods or between 2 bads. The issue should be about more than what is legal or what is most efficient, and should be explained how. Actually, there are types of ethical situation. Problem or issue means that a situation in which important moral values are being challenged. The temptation, a situation in which a choice must be made between a right action and a wrong action, where the wrong action may benefit the decision maker in some way. The silence, in which key parties realize ethical values are being challenged but do nothing.